Imagine your company is a giant Lego castle. Now, what if half the bricks are glued together wrong? Doors don't open, towers collapse, knights can't pass the message. That's what happens when your organizational structure is broken. But here's the good news. You can rebuild it. Smarter, faster and stronger. So today, let's dive into one short lecture on designing organizational structure. What it means, how to do it, and how companies like Walmart, Johnson & Johnson, Unilever and ING have used it to stay ahead. Let's go. So, the first question is, what is organizational structure? An organizational structure isn't just boxes on a chart. It's the skeleton of your company. It defines who does what, who reports to whom, how decisions flow, and how fast you can adapt. Without it, chaos. With it, clarity, speed, and power. As Henry Mintzberg explained, structure is about dividing labor into tasks and then coordinating those tasks back together to achieve goals. Usually, structures are shown as pyramids or charts. Top management at the top and employees at the bottom, but in reality, it's less about hierarchy, more about clarity. In short, structure is equal to clarity of roles, responsibilities, and reporting. For years, Walmart ran like a giant cruise ship, stable but slow. Regional managers, endless approvals, digital and stores working in silos. Then, e-commerce exploded. Amazon zoomed past. Walmart's decision cycles, weeks. Customer needs changing daily. So in 2021, they did something bold. Flattened the hierarchy. Integrated digital plus physical teams. Gave store managers a voice in strategy. Result? Decisions in days, not weeks. Digital sales up 79%. Employee retention at an all-time high. Why? Because they redesigned their structure to match their strategy. One company, one mission, seamless shopping. So, why do we need structure? A good organizational structure is like the skeleton of a body. Without it, movement is messy. With it, the whole system works smoothly. It helps in facilitating management action, planning, controlling, coordination, encouraging efficiency and effective communication, ensuring optimum utilization of resources, enhancing creativity and job satisfaction among employees, giving clarity to employees. In short, structure keeps everyone aligned towards one goal. For example, in a manufacturing firm, production is a line function and HR is a staff function. Both must work in a synchronized manner. Before we can build our masterpiece, we need to understand the 6 key design elements, our Lego bricks, if you will. First, division of labor or specialization. Instead of one person trying to do everything, you divide work into smaller, specialized jobs. Second, departmentalization. This is how you group those jobs. You could group by function, product, or even geography. Third, chain of command. The unbroken line of authority from the top to the bottom. It answers the question, if I have a problem, who do I talk to? Fourth, span of control. How many employees can a manager effectively lead? A wider span means one manager oversees many people, common in flat organizations. A narrow span means a manager oversees just a few. Fifth, centralization versus decentralization. Where are decisions made? Centralized. At the top, decisions are consistent but can be slow. Decentralized. Decisions are pushed down to the lower level managers. This is faster and more empowering. Take Johnson & Johnson, for example. It is a massive company, but its many brands operate almost like independent startups, making their own decisions. Sixth, formalization. How many rules and procedures are there? High formalization means a thick rule book for everything. Low formalization means more freedom and creativity. Okay, you have got the bricks. Now, how do you put them together? Let's use one of the best tools out there, the STAR model. This model shows that every part of your organization needed to be aligned. Get one point of your star wrong and the whole thing collapses. So start with strategy, North Star. Structure must serve the strategy. Ask, what markets, customers we are targeting? What value proposition are we offering? What capabilities are most critical to win? For example, if a strategy is innovation, the structure should encourage cross-functional collaboration. If the strategy is low-cost efficiency, the structure should emphasize clear hierarchies and standardization. Once your strategy is clear, the next step is to build an organizational structure that brings it to the life. Begin by identifying the key activities required to achieve your strategic objectives. Then bundle those activities into roles or positions. Then group similar roles into departments and organize departments into larger units like divisions or business groups depending on your scale and complexity. The big question is, how should you grow people and units? Here are the most common and effective approaches. Number one, functional structure. Group by expertise like marketing, finance, operation, HR, etc. Best for efficiency, standardization, and deep specialization. Ideal when your strategy focuses on cost leadership or operational excellence. Number two, divisional structure. Here units can be grouped by product lines, geographic regions, or customer segments. Best for responsiveness, local adoption, and accountability. Great when you serve diverse markets. For example, Unilever separate teams for beauty, nutrition, and home care. Third, matrix structure. Matrix structure combines two dimensions, typically function plus product or project. So employees report to two managers. Best for balancing efficiency and innovation and powerful in complex environments like aerospace or global tech, but requires strong coordination. Fourth, flat structure. It minimizes layer of management. Leaders oversee more people directly and decisions move fast. Best for startups, digital teams, or innovation labs. Encourages autonomy but get confused at a scale. And finally, network or team-based structure. Organized around projects, missions, or agile pods. Core teams partner with external specialists as needed. It's best for speed and adaptability. Used by companies like Spotify and ING to stay ahead in the fast-changing markets. Remember the star lens. Your structure must align with your strategy, but it won't work unless it's reinforced by the right process, reward, and people. A brilliant organizational chart on paper fails if your culture, incentives, or skills don't support it. So, next step, define process. Clarify how work and information will flow across the structure. Ask, how will decisions be made, centralized or decentralized? How will units coordinate? Cross-functional teams, IT systems, regular meetings. For example, in a matrix structure, processes must define who has decision rights between product managers and functional heads. Fourth, align rewards. Reinforce the behaviors needed to make the structure work. If a structure is team-based, reward team performance, not just individual performance. If the structure is customer-centric, include customer satisfaction metrics in incentives. Fifth and final step, develop people. Make sure your employees have the right skills and mindsets to operate in the chosen structure. For example, a matrix requires people comfortable with collaboration and uncertainty, whereas a functional structure requires deep technical expertise. Now, here is the tricky part. According to Harvard Business Review, only 10% of the organizations succeed in aligning structure with the strategy. So, how can we do it? Number one, translate differentiation or unique selling propositions into capabilities. Second, separate competitive work from everyday work. Third, distribute resources and decision rights to the right leaders. Fourth, remove irrelevant processes. Fifth, align culture with structure. And finally, sixth, build flexible designs to pivot when markets change. Let's see what's trending in 2025. Forget rigid pyramids. The future is fluid. Number 1. Agile pods. ING Bank replaced managers with squads and tribes. Result: 30% faster product launches. Second, hybrid and digital first. The Guardian newspaper rebuilt around digital teams. Print didn't die, it evolved. Revenue grew 22% in 2 years. Third, expert generalists. Companies now hire T-shaped talent, deep in AI but can talk to marketers. No supply chains but understand customer psychology. And get this, organizations with mature designs are 30 times more adaptable, 5 times more likely to be great place to work, 2 times more likely to crush financial goals. But only 11% have updated their structure in the last 5 years. Don't be the 89%. So finally, 3 rules to redesign right organizational structure. Number 1, start with strategy. Never design a structure in a vacuum. Number 2, separate competitive work from everyday work. Pour energy where it creates real advantage. Third, empower the people closest to the problem. If your store manager sees a trend, they should act, not wait for headquarter approval. Remember, culture is strategy for breakfast, but structure is the plate it serves on. Get the plate right and your strategy won't just survive, it will thrive.